Previously on harVentures.
Hoover Dam. Sarah here is gonna mark the first ever Knoxville. We made it to our hotel in Flagstaff. We got stopped by a train. We're going through historic downtown Flagstaff right now. And we don't know really what there is to do down here. Hotel Monte Vista. Ooh. Cool. Alright, well, I guess that's it. Where's the other place? Alright, bye downtown Flagstaff.
Okay, that was short.
Alright guys, we made a quick run through downtown. Not much to see there. It's just some buildings. And now we're at Lowell Observatory. And I think we're gonna go in. We're just looking for something to do. We're probably gonna call it an early night anyway, and I'm tired, so I'd be okay with that. Alright, let's go. You can observe a lot by watching. Hey, wait for me. Sarah has never been to an observatory.
It's gonna be like cool. Rebellion. Doing it there.
Yep. It's a telescope. Yeah, this was definitely not planned at all, but I kind of feel like that's how you need to do road trips. If your plans fall through, you need to figure out some other kind of thing to do. Here we are. But it kind of works out because Sarah, like I said, she's never done an observatory thing before. So why not start in Flagstaff? They said they had some talks and they were gonna do a viewing of the stars and everything, but as you can see, it's pretty overcast right now, so it's probably not gonna happen. They have multiple buildings, different museums and whatnots, so we're gonna go check this one out. The Rotunda Museum. Ooh. Can you like make it rotate on? Whoa.
Oh yeah. If you want to see the upper regions, you can. No.
Oh, cool. I felt like I was hooked up to a microphone.
Oh yeah. The acoustics
Because of the dome?
Yeah.
Wow. So that was pretty cool. The two pictures in there that I've focused on were of Clyde Tombaugh, I think. I don't know. But he's the guy that discovered Pluto and apparently is back here somewhere. They have the telescope that he discovered Pluto on, and they have a Pluto walk. But we're gonna go over here and check out the Clark Dome. This is the weather station.
How are you guys doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
Doing all right.
This said it was a weather station?
So yes and no. We do have a weather station up top of the Clark Dome.
Okay.
Otherwise, Clark was basically just a telescope.
Is this the main telescope?
It is, yes.
Okay.
So this is the first telescope owned by Lowell Observatory. This guy was crafted in Massachusetts by Alvin Clark and Sons. It was pretty much commissioned by Percival Lowell. It was finished in 1896, delivered here, and then installed in the same year. It's still all completely manual, so there's absolutely nothing on here electrical that we can actually use to move the telescope. Otherwise, it all has to be done by hand.
Wow.
And the thing weighs 6.5 tons.
Yeah, I mean, can you feel the weight of it, or is it pretty easy to move?
Would you like to move it?
Yes.
Don't ever tell anyone I let you do this.
Okay. Except I'm recording.
Okay, don't ever tell anyone that works with me that I let you do this. Yeah, so you want to grab it kind of just right up here. It is attached to the rope there, so it's not going to go any further than maybe a couple of feet. But I trust your senses in how to move it. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got some heft to it,
Yeah, it
but
does.
once it gets moving, it's really not all that bad.
Oh. Going back is harder.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me move.
Oh yeah, of course. Not many people get to say that they moved a 122-year-old telescope.
That's right. I'm one of the few. This is actually turning out to be pretty cool. So that where we that I just moved, that telescope, the Clark telescope. That's the largest telescope that they have here. We're heading over to another one now before we go to the Pluto walk thing that I was telling you guys about. That guy was pretty cool. He's gonna try to get some info on when all these clouds are gonna clear up so that we can do a viewing. Cool. It's very red.
Yes.
This is great.
Make sure everything looks good. So it's right in the center of the field of view. There's a bunch of stars and they're pretty close together. And there's a very small cloud. It looks like a cloud in the night sky, but this is a nebula. So there's gas up there in where all these stars are being formed. So there's a cloud that's not obstructing the view. It's actually in the stars. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's like a slightly lighter blue than the rest of the sky.
That was really cool. It took him a little bit to get everything worked out. We were there for the whole opening of the dome and moving the telescope and everything, and then he got it focused on a nebula that was below Orion's belt, and it really just looks like a light blue cloud. But it's still pretty cool because I've never actually looked through a telescope like that. Now I think we're gonna go warm up in the building that we were already in, and then we're gonna go to the Pluto walk thing. Also, this is a mausoleum. This is for that the main guy. That's who this observatory is named after. He's the one that did a lot of stuff here. There was something about Mars in the other building, but I don't remember what it was.
You're gonna look right through here, and you should see two stars if you don't focus on the bright stars.
Okay.
So humans see better through a peripheral vision, and so if you focus heavily on anything else in the field of view, you'll see the bright star as two stars like it's supposed to be. And I do have a narrow eyepiece in, so I might have to readjust it pretty soon.
All right, so all these red lights are a part of the Pluto walk. They said it's a scale of a solar system. So here's the sun. You can barely see it, I know. It's the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars.
Asteroids in the main belt.
Asteroids in the main belt. What does it say?
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
And then you walk them over.
There you go.
Who's that?
Hey.
Percival.
That's Percival Lowell. There's Saturn. I didn't read more about this guy. He apparently published books, but he was all about Mars, and he helped map Mars and when photography got better and everything. Oh my God. There's Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. We finally made it. It's a long way. Pluto. Hello.
Hi.
You guys up there at the
Yes.
telescope.
Yes, we are.
Well, let's go upstairs and look here.
Okay.
How did that look over there, by the way?
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
So this one we don't actually look through. This one you just kind of go right up to and look at it. It's historically important because it's a telescope that was used to discover Pluto. So did you guys know that before, that Pluto was discovered here?
No,
Yep, it was.
but I learned it in the other building.
Okay, good. Where are you visiting from?
We're from Tennessee.
Okay, so Pluto was discovered here in 1930 by Clyde Tombaugh. You can actually see Clyde Tombaugh in the photograph on the wall there. Clyde Tombaugh was interesting. He was from Kansas, and he only had a high school education.
Really?
But the observatory hired him because they were looking for somebody that was willing to come out here and be a night observer, which meant that he would spend all night up here operating the telescope that you see here. And then during the day, he would process the film that he would analyze to try to make his discovery. So this is actually a type of telescope that we call an astrograph. And what an astrograph means is that this is actually a camera right here. So it doesn't look like any kind of camera like the one you're holding. Yeah. Because back in those days, what they had was 14 by 17 inch glass plates. And those plates would go in this wooden box. So basically, in fact, I have kind of an example. This is a mock-up of one of their glass plates. But just imagine inside that box, there's a piece of glass the same size as this replica. And of course, the glass would have a photographic emulsion. And then you'd pull out this slide here, and you'd wait about an hour, and that would make an exposure on the glass, and you push the slide in, and that would end your exposure. And that's what Tombaugh did. He was doing this for about 10 months, and what he discovered was this. He had the first plate. The photograph had been taken on the night of January 23rd, 1930. The second one, this one was taken on January 29th, 1930. And you can see over that 6-day period, the stars all stayed in the same position, but this tiny little dot had moved from the left of these center stars off to the right. And when he noticed that, he knew that it wasn't a star, but it was a planet in the way it was orbiting around the sun. And in Roman mythology, Pluto was the god of the underworld. And she said, well, why not name it Pluto? Because the underworld must be very distant and cold and dark. And she made that suggestion, and we agreed to that. And that's how we got the name Pluto.
535 pounds.
How much?
535.
Oh yeah.
So that was pretty cool. They actually have the largest chunk from the meteorite that came down and caused the Meteor Crater, which is what we're going to see tomorrow morning. It's close to Winslow. It's like 30 miles east of Flagstaff. It's kind of cool that we decided to come here because we see that, and now we're going to go see the Meteor Crater. So, pretty cool. The guy out there was talking to us about the guy that discovered Pluto and how Percival Lowell is the guy that like kind of founded this whole thing. He pretty much discovered that there was a 9th planet, and he's kind of the one that started that whole process because there was something about the way that Uranus and Neptune were moving. He was like, there's something else out there. So he started searching for it, and a bunch of people came by. But anyway, so he was kind of the one that started the whole search for the mysterious 9th planet, and he actually died before they discovered it. I think he died in 1916, and they discovered it in 1930. It's pretty crazy. I couldn't imagine. He said it took the guy like 10 months of just looking at stuff like that to find it. That would be insane. Well, we just got done at the observatory and it is snowing. Look at it.
I didn't pack for this.
Cold. This is awesome though.
It doesn't
We
hit.
got like every kind of weather that we could have asked for and not asked for.
I did not ask
We didn't
for
ask for it, it just gave it to us. I mean, it's thick too.
It's on Mom's car.
It's thick. Look at it. Oh man. Oh, look at the car. It's gonna be so cold. Oh man. Unlock quick. Quicker.
Started
Man, this is crazy. I really was not expecting this. Wow.
Well, there's snow.
Alright guys, we are back at our hotel, which I didn't show you. There it is, nothing much to it, and like every other hotel that we've stayed at, we survived the snow. It was really coming down. Pretty good. Wasn't expecting snow at all. So today was kind of like a blah day to start off with because we couldn't get out of bed early enough, so we had to skip one thing completely. We didn't get to do a tour of the Hoover Dam, and then we just had lunch in a cave. And then once we got to Flagstaff, all the parks and everything were closed. I was like, this video's gonna suck. But then Sarah looked up the observatory and we went, and it was actually really freaking cool. I'm glad we went. I had no idea that Pluto was discovered here. So the ones that they show the people, that's not like their discovery lens is what they call it. I was talking to somebody and they said that the telescope that they use to actually look for new things and look at galaxies and nebulas and all that stuff and actually take really good pictures of them, he said that that telescope is 15 feet in diameter, like the lens. Yeah, It's big. Turned into a pretty good day. And then we got snow. Wasn't expecting snow. Have to recommend it if you guys are going through Flagstaff at all for whatever reason. If you're going to Flagstaff specifically, you should look up the Lowell Observatory. Definitely worth it. If you talk to him about it, if you get the right person, they might let you move the telescope, even though he said that I wasn't allowed, but he let me, which is really cool. Sarah, what did you think about today?
It was cold. That was my least favorite part. My favorite part of today was the observatory. And in the observatory, my favorite was looking at the Orion's, what's it called?
Well, it wasn't Orion's belt. It was below.
It was Orion's Nebula
Yeah, well, yeah.
or something.
So,
it was really cool
I
because I
didn't know-
looked at the stars before, but I've never seen.
Did he
a
actually
nebula.
call it Orion's Nebula?
think
Because I
so.
didn't know if it was associated with it.
I think so.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite part. Yeah.
Cool. So that is it for today. We got ourselves some Taco Bell. Gonna eat it real quick and then we are gonna pass out because I'm super tired. I think in the morning we may try to go to Walnut Canyon, which is what we were trying to go to today, and then we're doing the Meteor Crater. Those are like the two things that I know for sure. We may go to the Petrified Forest National Park. That is all up in the air right now, but those are the three possibilities for tomorrow. That is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got something out of the observatory thing, you know, give us a like. That's cool. I guess I will see you on our next day of adventures. It helps if you push it.
That was so hard to open.
I know you guys can't see me at all. Hold on, let me try to focus on my face. Okay, does that work? Light, light. Oh, jeez. It's really cold.
You're ringing it.
It's basically freezing outside, and my fingers are exposed.
My legs were getting them.
What are you doing? You in your space pants? Okay, so we went to the Pluto thing. I don't know. Look at my hair. It's all on the lens. Like, look at this. We got lit up. Clean my ear. Discovery lens is what they call it. God dang.